Probable, but I think this is one of the great questions in physics and philosophy, where are the aliens? In a lot of ways, it's kind of like a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires.
Few names inspire as much awe in the tech industry as the name Elon Musk. From Tesla to SpaceX, Musk is on the forefront of the cutting edge and not slowing down anytime soon. Elon is blazing a trail in the neurosciences field as well with his company Neuralink, which is developing implantable brain interface chips that will be installed directly into the human brain for those willing to get the procedure. Let's take a look at the pros and cons of Neuralink. Before we get into this piece, take 2 seconds to smash that subscribe button, give us a like and share, and tickle that bell icon. It is only 2 seconds for you in exchange for a lifetime of our gratitude. Neuralink is a cutting-edge neurotech company founded by Elon and others in 2016. It is based in San Francisco, California. The company went public in 2017 and since then has hired several high-profile neuroscientists from universities all over the world. In 2019, Neuralink announced it was developing a sewing machine-like device that would be capable of implanting ultra-thin threads into the brain. They demonstrated the technology setup in an experiment using a rat and showed that the new tech could read information from the rat using 1,500 electrodes implanted in the rat's tiny brain. Neuralink had hoped to start human trials in 2020, but had to push that back to 2021 due to the COVID-19 scare. Of course, Elon being Elon, he put together the dream team of experts in the brain sciences field to make his new vision of our future reality come to life. Max Hodak, president of the company, worked on brain-computer interfaces at Duke University. Matthew McDougall, head for neurosurgery for Neuralink, is also a neurosurgeon at California Pacific Medical Center. Add to that another half-dozen top-tier leading juggernauts in the field of neuroscience, and you have a team capable of making almost anything Elon can think up a reality. To get someone wired up with a brain chip requires a bit of surgery, but that will not be performed by a human doctor, but instead, a very precise robotic doctor. The idea is to insert probes into the brain without triggering the reaction of the body to unknown material. That reaction is to grow more tissue to get the material out, and this over time would make the probes useless. To get around that turd in the punch bowl, Neuralink has developed a robot that is capable of inserting very thin flexible probes at a rapid rate, inserting multiples of the probes to minimize the trauma to the brain. The DocBot they designed will also be repurposed in the future to perform other kinds of surgery and tasks. Neuralink also developed a new kind of chip, called an Application-Specific Integrated Circuit, ASIC, that will take the information it gets from neurons and convert it to understandable binary code to better understand brain functions and the ability of the brain to stimulate neurons back. The question is, what does Neuralink do? Well, there's not an easy answer, but the idea is to be able to heal horrible, debilitating brain diseases and spinal injuries, but Musk has stated even more ambitious goals for the next level of brain tech, some of which have been disputed and called right out impossible by some neuroscientists. Musk has explained the ultimate goal for his new brainchild is to achieve symbiosis with artificial intelligence, which Elon believes to be a threat to humanity if it goes unchecked. There is neuroprosthetics on the market now that makes it possible for disabled people to control prosthetic arms and legs, and Musk aims to use that technology and link it with implants that can interface at broadband speeds with other external hardware and software. The capabilities of Neuralink and what it will be capable of in the future are almost limitless according to Musk. He says that once the technology is honed in, there will be a literal smorgasbord of things it will be able to do that will forever change the life and reality of the person implanted with it. Here are some of the amazing things Musk and his associates at Neuralink say their new brain chips will be capable of soon. One of the new frontiers the brain-exploring pioneers of Neuralink aim to conquer is telepathy. We as humans use a tremendous amount of energy compressing our thoughts and concepts into words to explain to someone else. With Neuralink, you may be able to communicate with someone using only your true and actual thoughts, not a compressed version of them. They call it non-linguistic consensual conceptual telepathy. The new chip may also have the ability to unlock a person's hidden creativity. Along the same lines as telepathy, the human's communication systems are not efficient translators of our thoughts. Say you are imagining a Monet-like landscape, but to show someone what you were thinking, you have to learn the craft of painting. One of the lead designers at Neuralink says, with electrodes in the right spots of our brain, you would be able to tap into those concepts or thought vectors and decode it and have a computer create the painting you envisioned in your mind's eye in a matter of minutes. Another arena Neuralink will most likely change the game in is the prediction of diseases. This means humans would have the ability to know what horrible disease is in their future and prevent it from ever happening. That's right, Musk is on his way to creating a disease-free world, potentially. One field the Neuralink could certainly alter forever is mental illness. The creators of Neuralink believe it will be able to solve anxiety, fear, depression, and may even be able to alter how we feel about a situation at any particular time. For example, if you wanted to go skydiving but had such a livid fear of heights that jumping out of an airplane would be impossible, you would be able to turn that fear off, reprogramming your brain not to associate fear with something as scary as hopping out of a perfectly good plane at 15,000 feet. One of the more exciting potential capabilities of the Neuralink is its ability to act as a visual prosthesis to someone who has lost the ability to see because of an eye or retinal injury. It would be like plugging an external camera directly into the visual cortex of the brain, and stimulate potentially tens of thousands of electrodes that would recreate a visual of what the camera was seeing, and even incorporate a heads-up display. The user would be able to see the world through different wavelengths like infrared, ultraviolet, and radar. The user could name their frequency and, after adjusting the sensors, have almost Superman-like vision, minus the red eye beams, of course. There are certainly a lot of potential positive aspects to this new brain tech, but there are also potential drawbacks to Neuralink. First, because Neuralink would directly link a person's brain to the World Wide Web, all the information or knowledge in the world would be instantly accessible. This could cause the human race to become lazy, not needing to learn or memorize anything as it's already installed in the brain. It could even get to the point where humans stop using their biological brain altogether, instead relying on the brain chip for everything. The brain is like a muscle. It needs exercise. And when it is not used, it gets slow and starts to break down just like our bodies do. Another possible problem for Neuralink is security. In the era of smartphones, smart TVs, smart baby monitors, one thing we have learned is network-connected technology is hackable and prone to security breaches. Imagine if a hacker could get into a Neuralink chip installed in someone's brain. That hacker would have access to possibly all the information about that person, and maybe even be able to control or influence that person's behavior remotely. Imagine a world where people had their brains hacked and then their bank accounts emptied or are forced to commit a crime, all through the implant in their brain. While these concerns may sound like the stuff of a science fiction story, they nonetheless are in the realm of possibility and must be explored before this technology is released to the public. One of the biggest risks of Neuralink is the procedure that must be performed to get it installed in your brain. A brain implant like this has the potential of causing infections, which would require the removal of the device immediately. Each time the brain is exposed during a procedure like this, there is more risk of infection, and multiple procedures could even cause brain damage. The question must be asked, what if the chip is broken or stops working? Going in to repair or replace the chip several times could cause big problems, and the tissue of the brain where the chip is put in place could die, requiring the chip to be moved to another part. While Musk and his team of scientists say these issues have already been considered and rectified, we will not truly know the extent of potential damage caused by the Neuralink brain implant until full human trials are started and the subjects can be studied. Musk and his partners at Neuralink have high hopes for this technology in the future, and Musk himself has stated the applications for this technology are infinite. While some experts in the field scoff at his claims of what his brainchild will be capable of, or worry about the negative implications of this technology, Musk himself is confident Neuralink will change the world. Now that you are aware of the pros and cons of Neuralink, are you for it or against it? What are your expectations for Neuralink in the future of mankind? Leave us your thoughts in the comment section. Then be sure to like, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell.